Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Kahalayim la Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations, and much love and protection unto the elect out there, praying that, we are of that number, man, that hopeful number of to receive salvation. Shalom, shalom. All right. And another precept I want to get in the book of Matthew's. Let me get Matthew. Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And it is very well getting cold out here in Babylon the Great, spiritually cold, because a lot of the people, pursuant to Proverbs 29 and 2. All right. When the people, matter of fact, let me just get it. I ain't want to butcher it. I got time, man. Let me just look. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people is in a mourning, confused, desperate state. All right. And basically bugged out, man. Okay. And this is another incident that happened in the Midlands, in the Sumter County region. All right. Sumter, South Carolina. All right. And around my neck of the woods. Okay. And it says male victim identified in Sumter shooting that left 5 dead. 5 people dead after shooting at Sumter area home. All right. And I'm about to play a clip, and it's going to go into further detail on what happened. And basically, just in a nutshell, a ex-military man walked in, he came into his house that he still partially owned with his ex-wife that he just finalized a divorce with. All right. And then an incident happened with, he saw the wife having a male friend over. All right. And we already know, we put 2 and 2 together. I'm pretty sure those two, and they was co-workers, may I add, those 2 co-workers, Ben knew each other, and probably Ben was sleeping around with each other. That would probably enforced and triggered, the divorce. All right. And really, this video is to really get on women and how foolish modern women are, man. How dumb they are. And like the elder from Vegas, Elder Karatazar, said it best. And you wonder why men do not want to get married no more, even though they don't understand real marriage, because real marriage is taking a woman in her virginity and she becomes your wife forever. All right. But that's the main reason why these people do not want to marry, because the trust is not there. All right. And also, we're living in a sinful and adulterous generation, man. All right. And then on top of that, man, the wicked is in rulership. So anything the wicked promotes is nothing good coming out of it. All right. But I'm going to go straight into the video, and he's going to go further into detail on what happened on, I believe it was Tuesday night. And this was published 2 days ago on March 22nd, 2023. All right. And here we go. Damn ass.
Coming up on your news at 5, tragedy in Sumter. 5 people are dead, 3 of them children, after a shooting late last night.
As adults, we're not conditioned to bear children. As people, as a community in our nation, we're not conditioned to bury a child that's foreign to us, and it's very shocking and very emotional for the.
And I just want to pause it right now. And the police officer is, it's hard to bury a child or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, even though we understand it's judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, it's harsh judgment, but who are we, to really, say anything about it? Because at the end of the day, we're still hoping for mercy and salvation. At the end of the day, the race is still not over. We still got some miles to keep running. We still got to keep up the pace. All right. Staying in the spirit to the best of our ability. All right. Doing what is, necessary to please the Most High, man. So we won't be in no effed up predicament. So we won't get judged horribly like the terrible judgment that happened upon this household. All right. And best believe it is a tragedy, but we understand that it's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. That's why you ought to fear more. You Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. And here the whole community all bummed out, of course, because, they're gross darkness to people. They're void of light. They don't understand judgment. They're reprobates, according to the scriptures. All right. So they don't understand why this happened. And they don't even understand not knowing that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai ordained this to happen. Isaiah 45:7. All right. First Samuel 2:6, or either 2 Samuel 2:6. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. And it's all types of countless scriptures on how Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is the creator of all things, man. Good and bad. But our people, they stuck in their ways, following the ways after Esau Edom, thinking that God is all love, following that religion bullshit, saying God is all love. He loves everybody. He don't judge. That was the devil that did it. Not knowing that Yahweh Shai is in control of the spiritual demon Satan himself, man, because he is an angel that was created. All right. The only spirit that has never been created was Yahweh. All right. Because his name is an omen nomen. He to be. He exists. The existing one. OK. The sovereign Lord. He has no beginning or end, man. All right. This is on Job chapter 4 and verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off, even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And at the end of the day, we're not the Heavenly Father Yahweh. At the end of the day, he knows those same spirits. OK, he knows those spirits. And like I said, it could have been a mercy kill. But either way, it still was judgment. It was a judgment. It was an act of judgment that was acted out by man, by mankind, womankind, whatever the case may be, man. But ultimately of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And he is a power to greatly fear. All right. And to respect. And a lot of our people, especially, being out there, Salakia, going out there to the camps. All right. Being out there on the highways and byways. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of disrespectful motherfuckers out there, man, that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy, is going to slaughter. All right. I'm going to continue on.
Certainly for the family, the community at large, and our officers and other first responders.
The latest on the investigations just ahead. Your News at 5 starts now.
Live from Columbia, this is WIS News 10 at 5. Live, local, now.
We continue to follow the very latest out of Sumter. A father shot and killed his two children, his stepdaughter, and an active duty member of the U.S. Army at a Sumter home of his ex-wife.
Hey, that what happened when Jake, and that what Jake really get for damn fighting this white man's military, fighting in this white man's military, man. So ultimately, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai plagued his mind. He plagued his mind and made him go all crazy over the slut of a wife, the slut of an ex-wife he was once married to, not knowing the whole situation on who divorced who, but it's still the simple fact you was given a wicked woman, all right? Because you had to be a wicked man at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, the righteous would never be cut off. We don't know who. That's why we ultimately call ourselves the hopeful elect. But at the end of the day, we don't know who the elect are. All right. We don't know who's the righteous, but they're going to show certain characteristic traits. They're going to be in tune with the scriptures. They're going to be reading, studying, going out there on the highways and byways, doing the videos, praising, preaching and praising unto the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. That's how you know, man, in the correct, full 100% doctrine that came out of One West through Great Millstone. Great Millstone has 100% truth. All right. Ecclesiasticus of the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, which is the plague of the mind, basically going crazy. All right. And ultimately, these women lead these niggas to go fucking crazy. All right. And I'm going to continue reading. And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Because at the end of the day, matter of fact, I'm going to jump down. Verse 19, Ecclesiasticus of the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And that was the portion of a sinner. He was a man that the Lord did not love at the end of the day. He did not care for. He wasn't in the ministry. He wasn't calling himself an Israelite. He wasn't, praising the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So he gave that wicked woman unto that wicked man. All right. I'm going to read this right quick. Ecclesiasticus of the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feared the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. That's why at the end of the day, us in this truth, if we have a woman that's really laid back, cool, and really is there for us and being with us, you deal with her. But if she, ever becomes a hassle or get besides herself and run her damn mouth, you gonna have to let her go. You're gonna have to let her ride, because she gonna fuck with your mentals. All right, you're gonna be losing your wits over that female sooner or later. And that's in 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26 and 27. Lord, will I get that in a few. And then on top of that, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. And not too long ago, I've been watching Elder Manat Zapbot, his page, and how the woman was doing a rap song. He showed the woman doing a rap song, and then a picture that was on Instagram about two women that was naked facing each other with fake, so-called quote unquote fake blood, which is symbolic to a ritual sacrifice, some type of ritual, if you really think about it, because all these devils, that's all that symbolizes. All right. Bloodshed. And then on top of that, even during in our law, we used to, make the sacrifices and draw the blood out. All right. To please the Lord, man, for a sin offering and different offerings and stuff like that, man. All right. But then you had the woman in the video just rapping about all types of foul shit, man. All right. All types of foul shit. But so with that being said, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, man. A woman is the most wickedest, damn near the most wickedest creature on the earth. Let me get something right quick. Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 of the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 24. of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right, became the beginning of sin through the woman. All right, I find more bitter than death the woman. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 26, man. All right, in the Bible. All right, because starting off, through Eve, we all died through Adam and Eve, because Adam had took heed to what his wife had said, man. All right, at the end of the day. But enough of me ranting, going back into the story. I might read some of the article, but the story itself is self-explanatory. And, you brothers or sisters, whoever, may see the video, y'all can be the judge of what's really going on. Because at the end of the day, I know me personally, I already know what happened, man. The bitch got too hot in the ass. She got happy and she was celebrating that divorce. And lo and behold, that nigga still. And it's so stupid. That women just fucking dumb. Why the nigga still had a spare key to the house? That's how you know something ain't right. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you would really finalize with this and that, the third, why didn't you change the locks? Get a restraining order, whatever the case may be. But still, at the end of the day, it was his house anyway. So he technically had that right. And they was so-called quote unquote married. All right, because that's what comes with the documents and the territory. You get to own certain shit, all that shit. That's why we tell brothers, don't get married. Because that's just a straight up contract. And if any brother, especially in the times we living in now, if you really have a woman that pushing that marriage shit on you, hey, man, in due time, the Lord might separate y'all, or, he might let her stop talking about it. But, hey, you might as well, either, hold out from women for a while. Start looking for another woman to just, kick it and chill with. Because these women, because that's all they care about, entitlement. Being having a title on some shit. All right? But still won't listen to their husband, but want to be fucking independent. Women are terrible, man. And the Lord gonna get y'all sooner than later.
Last night, that was before taking his own life. Those shootings happened just around 10 p.m. last night at a home on Whitetail Circle in the Woodridge subdivision on the west side of town.
We have team coverage on this story. Nick Neville covering what happened during the incident, and Chris Joseph getting reaction from the school. We begin with Nick on the latest details. Nick?
Dondi and Greg, just a really tragic situation here in Sumter. So we now know that the shooter, Charles Slacks, entered the home of his ex-wife, Aletha Holiday, using a key. That's when he found a 38-year-old co-worker of Holiday's in the backyard and shot him. Now,
see what I mean? Hey, he caught him lacking. It's just that simple, man. He caught the man lacking. But that's what both of them get. Even though the girl didn't die, I know she traumatized because she witnessed all that shit first and foremost. Then on top of that, she lost all her children. See, the Lord don't like that shit at the end of the day. You women are going to realize sooner than later that you are nothing. And that you need a man, and in particular, a man of the Lord, in order for you to be at peace with the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Honest the truth. Okay? That's just the truth of the matters, man. Because this woman did all these things. Married a guy, had children with this guy, got a divorce, and lo and behold, and he's gonna say it in the video, the divorce didn't even finalize for a whole full month. Like it was finalized the beginning of this month in March. So that lets you know really what type of female this woman was, or still is today. Because after she grieved, I'm pretty sure she's gonna go back to doing what the fuck she's gonna do. And you got to thank this wicked ass society for that. I want to get a precept right quick, because that's that Queen of Heaven worship first and foremost, and people real life put these women on a pedestal. All right. And that weak ass nigga, even though he's in the spirit realm now, that was honestly some weak shit, because you gonna kill the dude that's, so-called banging your ex-wife now. I don't know. Allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. He was there for a reason. But anyway, you got him. Then you took out both of your kids, biological kids, and your stepdaughter. But didn't finish her off. See, that's that Queen of Heaven type, putting a woman on a pedestal type shit, man. He should have killed, if that the case, he should have just killed that man and that woman. All right. But at the end of the day, the spirit was turned up on him at the end of the day. So the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua ordained that to happen. As sad as it may sound, but hey, it's just the cold hard facts. All right. The evidence is overwhelming. Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right. Queen of Heaven worship. A woman being put on a pedestal. All right. Women's rights. Feminism. All right. Women having the option to divorce. According to our law, you women don't have no rights of nothing technically, except, by taking care of the household and raising the children and cooking and cleaning the household and take care of your man to produce more children. That is all you women was created to be like. But thanks to Esau, Edom, and this punk ass society, all right, they say otherwise. That's why sooner or later, and it's already happening now, sooner or later, you women will be put to death on a larger scale. That Ezekiel 9:4 is going to kick in real soon, especially when Jacob's trouble hit. Because when that hits, ain't going to be no such thing as all that feminism shit and a woman, being this and being that queen, and all that shit going to be thrown out the window. Because I remember a point in time how when dudes used to fight for a woman, say if a dude getting in an interaction with his woman, his own woman now, and you got Captain Save a Hoes ready to kill a nigga and beat a nigga down, back then. But now it's totally different now, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is turning it back upside right, man. All right. Instead of it being upside down, it's gonna go back upside right, man. The right way, which is the man. Okay, being over these women.
County records show that Slacks was also a co-owner of this home, and divorce records show that the divorce between Slacks and Holiday was finalized just back on March 3rd. After shooting that unidentified 38-year-old male, Slacks went inside. Holiday tried to stop him, but he pointed a gun at her. Holiday, who didn't have her phone on her, ran to get the cell phone from her coworker to call 911, but couldn't find it. She then heard several gunshots, ran back inside to find Slacks at the top of the stairs. He then shot himself. When Holiday checked her children's bedroom, she found that all of them were shot and killed.
Damn.
The victims were Aiden Holiday Slacks, Aaron Holiday Slacks, and Ava Holiday. Their ages 5, 6, and 11. Slacks was retired military. The Army not.
Like I said, or Salakia, like the scriptures say, who there perish being innocent. Those kids got put to death for a reason, man. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, ordained that to happen. Let me get that in the book of Isaiah right quick. It's just, simple precepts, but we got to keep telling this to Jake, because this is real serious deal. Because if you keep going against on what the Lord is doing and what he is saying via through the prophets, hey, you're going to be in the same category. being put to death, being mowed down. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. And evil just means bad time. And this is a bad time for the people of Sumter County. All right. But for the men of the Lord, all it is just give us more to fear and be grateful for the lot that we are in as of today, man. Like real talk. You know, it's a reason why we got so-called boring lives. We don't do nothing. All right. We don't hardly go nowhere like that. We don't trust people. These people are fucking wicked. Clear as day, this nigga killed kids. Even though, like I say, Yahweh Shem Yahweh put the spirit upon him to do that. But at the same time, he did it, man. No hesitation. All right.
Releasing the name of the 38-year-old man who died until all family has been notified.
Salakia. Let me read Isaiah 45 and 7 again. I didn't finish it off. Salakia. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, do all these things. So the Lord is in control of all things, man. Continuing on.
Chief Russell Rourke with the Sumter Police says this could happen in any family setting, unfortunately, but with it being such a tight-knit military community, this tragedy touches all of the department's officers.
When you have a situation where little children were sleeping in the comfort of their own bed, and no fault of their own had their life taken, particularly by a father and a stepfather, that's difficult for us to rationalize.
We spent the afternoon today in that subdivision, in that neighborhood, speaking with neighbors. Understandably, none of them wanted to go on camera, but I did have the opportunity to speak with a father who says that his children used to play with the Holiday children. He was taking them to counseling today. Now, our Chris Joseph is also following this story for us. He's been talking with parents just about how difficult this has been for all of the children in the Sumter County School District. Chris, so question for you. Did the district make any changes today in response to these shootings?
Well, the district did release a statement, Nick, that of course it is grieving, and so are many of the parents that I spoke with today. Now, 2 of those children went to school behind me at Millwood Elementary School. The third and their older sibling went to nearby Alice Drive Elementary School. So when I swung by Alice Drive earlier today, I did see several parents taking their students out of the school. It's unclear if this was directly related to the shooting, and the district did not release early, but I did obviously speak with a lot of parents who are struggling with how they're going to address this with their children this evening. Otherwise, there's really no sign of anything different outside of the schools today. I spoke with one grandmother of a Millwood Elementary School student. She, again, and the parents of the child in question will have to figure out how they're going to broach such a serious topic. She asked that we withhold her identity.
There's so much violent in our country, they're not innocent like it was when I went to school. They're not. You want to protect them, but you don't know how to protect them anymore because it's so much. It's so much, and you have to expose them to things that you don't want to expose them to.
I spoke with several other parents who all declined to go on camera this evening, but many of them were really just digesting the news themselves. Forget about even beginning to formulate a plan to broach this topic with their kids. Reporting in Sumter County, Chris Joseph, WIS News 10.
All right, Chris, thank you. And to read more about the story, you can head to our website, wistv.com.
Yep. This is the book of Job, chapter 39 and verse 17. Because the Most High, Yahweh, have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. And that's the women. All right. Especially the women out of the nation of Israel. All right, because that's who this message pertains to. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai don't care about the heathen women because they are heathens. They're outside of the temple. The Lord only cares about the women of his nation, man. All right, at the end of the day. Let me find and then another thing I want to add, that was the second time, that was the second thing that happened in the small town of Sumter County, because not too long ago it was a so-called shooting at a McDonald's, man. All right, in the near the downtown Sumter region. All right, it was a shooting, and a little young 14-year-old teenager got put to death, man. He got put in the dirt. GMS Vegas sit downs, and it's another clip that I want to show as well. That at the end of the day, the Lord is, wrapping up the spirits created for vengeance. And sooner or later, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will visit you women. All right. The Ezekiel 9:4 will kick off, man. All right. There's another one. Let me go back.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Sirota.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. A husband's accused of shooting a man after catching him with his wife in an Humble home, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office. KPRC 2 News reporter Corley Peel live in that Humble subdivision with how deputies caught that shooter. Corley.
Andy and Lisa, the husband didn't even make it out of this subdivision before calling police saying he was a shooter. Hours before sunrise, a man called 911 saying someone shot him in the chest inside this Humble home. Deputies arrived at the estates of Park Lake subdivision around 2 a.m., where they wrapped the home in police tape. They learned another man also called 911 saying he pulled the trigger.
The suspect had called dispatch and advised he arrived home and found a male in the home with his wife, and he was the shooter.
Paramedics rushed the man who was shot to the hospital. The shooter was also taken to the hospital for precautionary reasons. Investigators say the wife was not hurt. Any prior violence to this home?
Not that we know of at this time.
Detectives spent hours collecting evidence at the scene, placing items in plastic bags. This car was towed away. With the shooter's confession, investigators are linking every clue to the case. The man who was shot is in stable condition, and investigators say he is expected to be okay. The shooter has not been officially charged at this time, but investigators say charges are coming. Reporting live from Humble, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
He might as well have emptied the whole clip, man.
Con, I had to play that part. Yeah, man, he might as well. Because now he got to get charged with that shit. All because, his wife, thought been his wife, been damn committing adultery on him. And he shot the nigga in the chest. One shot to the chest, man. But going in 1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and became servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. And that's a clean cut. And that's clearly what you saw in both incidents that happened. This happened in, I believe, Houston. And the other one, in Texas, and the other one happened all the way in South Carolina in little old Sumter. Okay? The Lord is not playing around, man. The Lord is executing vengeance. Okay? He is executing vengeance, man. So it's best for you women to repent before it's too late. Because when that Ezekiel 9:4 kick off, and verse 5 as well, the Lord is not going to spare, neither have pity upon nobody, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord don't care about how good you look, how good you're in bed to different men. The Lord don't care how nice you are of a person, how grandma raised you right, blase blah, whoop de whoop. The Lord don't care about that, man, because at the end of the day, you real life living a life in a bunch of sin, man. Okay? And especially not coming back into the true God of Israel, repenting and turning back. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 15 and verse 12. And they enter into a covenant to seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Allah, power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. Verse 13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And that's just a precept letting it be known that the Lord don't discriminate. In due time, it will be open season for multiple women getting put to death, man. Because you already have, a few women that got put to death in the past and stuff. But lately, it's just been showing dudes killing the kids and killing themselves and leaving these bitches scot-free, man. And all they're going to do, like I say, we live here long enough, Lord forbid, we be here fucking long enough. Guess what they're going to do? Have more children with all types of different baby daddies. Starting the whole cycle, the fucked up cycle all over again. And hey, that's the way of a woman, man. Okay? Traps, man. Traps. And hey, I got a perfect precept for that. Salakia. Perfect precept. I'm going to close out a few more precepts. I'm going to close out. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her bands as bands, and Salakia, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Same thing I just read in Sirach, the 25th chapter. Sirach, I believe the 26th chapter as well, man. The same exact one. Because a wicked man is given unto a wicked woman. Vice versa, man. Okay. Verse 27, here's an allegory, if I'm saying it right. A symbolic, parable, a dark saying. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the amount, which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those that I have not found. All right. Out of 1,000 men, he only found that one righteous man. All right. And that's symbolic to the elect. All right. The 144,000, the 1/3, the nation of Israel being saved, receiving salvation and deliverance. All right. Out of that 1,000, and the rest of the 999, all right, aka the 2/3, they're going to perish and die in their iniquities. All right. And he found of none at a woman, because at the end of the day, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have deprived her from wisdom and understanding. Because if she had wisdom and understanding, she knew good damn well, in both cases, to not commit adultery, to not step out on the dude that you're talking to at that time. They should know that. But because this sinful and adulterous generation, they're going to do shit like that. And then, like I say, nothing happens to the woman. That's another thing that I hate about this society, man. They put women on a pedestal and they don't hold no accountability towards women at all. And sooner or later, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to destroy all that bullshit, man. Rightfully so. Okay. I got one more precept and I'm going to close out. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and say, I have done no wickedness. And that's the mind frame on a woman. No matter what she does, she can do the most wickedest shit. She can, and you'll have women that are real life get pregnant. They'll have a man, make the man think the baby his. Deep down inside, she done fuck a whole nother nigga raw. And the dude done bust off. First of all, once she fuck him, that's automatically, a no-no. That's automatically rage inside of a man. But let alone have sex raw and then end up getting pregnant and then pursuing and having your man. And it's a lot of cases like it. Man, that's all over through Babylon. All right. All you got to do is turn on, what's that ignorant ass show? Paternity Court. Like I said, it's crazy because certain females I used to talk to, they used to watch that shit, man. That's why at the end of the day, man, certain female, I just be like, man, I do my business, but I ain't turning you into a so-called quote unquote housewife, cause you a hoe. All right, you can see a hoe from a mile away, man. But that's women, man. That's women. Let me see. I want to get something. One more, I think Isaiah. I get this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hey, the daughters of Zion, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women. You are at ease because everything is handed unto you. And it's crazy because it was a little podcast and they was talking about how this man had over 300 something female body counts, right? And it was so crazy, the women getting on them, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. But he explained himself how he got that 300. Meanwhile, all women have to do to get that 300 body count is just spread their legs open, start giving head. But for a man to get that 300 body count, this man had to be successful. He had to have lots of money, jewelry. He had to be very, very materialistic in order to reach that 300 limit. So with that being said, that lets you know how hard it is for a man to really get women. And on top of that women are just straight up materialistic creatures, man. They are very carnal. And if you ever have a woman that say they spiritual, watch that bitch. I'm telling you, them the wrong ones to start fucking with. I'm telling you. I'm spiritual. This and that. Them be the same hoes that probably do straight voodoo and witchcraft, man. These women hell up for real, for real. That's why, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, if the Lord allow us to get a little certain decent little woman that we can real life deal with, that'd be easier for us, man. All right. Or if we got to thug it out and not have a woman for quite a while, you got to do what you got to do, This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering not come. All right. The vintage, you going into your goods. All right. And another thing with the vintage being failed, the food stamps getting cut off. They already happened. All right, your goods, man. Victual is good cheap that you think you be in a good case at the end of the day. Because when you was getting those food stamps, you thought everything was good. Getting that extra income on your food stamps due to the so-called pandemic. All right, you thought it was good. But now the vintage is failing. They cutting off EBT. You can't feed your families no more. All right. It's about to get rougher, about to get more rough and more harder unto you women. All right. The gathering shall not come. Tremble ye, verse 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right, make bare, man. Expose these women, man. All right. Not to put them on no pedestal, man. If it's a wicked woman, all right, being shown or being let known that she is a wicked woman, we ought to, reprove and rebuke her, man. Or even vice versa, not vice versa, like even with a man. All right, that is our job. That's our duty, to rebuke and reprove the nation of Israel. Like it says in Isaiah the 58th chapter, verse 1, man. Cry aloud, spare not. Shew my people their transgressions. All right, Jacob their sins, man. That's what we're out here to do. And this type of behavior, going from man to man to man, that shit ain't cute. Worth a damn. Because you already know most likely you're going to lay down with that man. You're going to have sex with him. So this shit really ain't good, man. And the Lord's going to get you for that. Especially in the times we're living in now. He got the prophets out there, and people want to scarf and talk shit towards us. And, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a judgment is going to rain upon y'all. All right, we're just doing the job that we were supposed to do at the end of the day. Verse 12, they shall lament for the tents, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right. Hey, that was it on that, man. Praying that it was edifying. Until the next time, I want to say, Kahalayam La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the elect out there that scatter abroad around the four corners of the earth, and also in Babylon the Great. Till next time, I say Shalom, Shalom.